President Trump, you're holding large rallies with crowds packed together, thousands of people.
Outside.
Outside, yes, sir, agreed. Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events with...
Because nobody will show up.
People with...
As you may have watched, or rather endured, along with me live on Tuesday evening, presidential debate number one of, let's be honest, fucking one, has come and thankfully gone. Folks, I've said it so many times I could make it a clothing imprint. Debates can be fun. They can be hilarious. And certainly watching Biden, who claims he's fit as a fiddle to bring China commies and the coof to fucking heel, stammer his way through prepared statements while repeatedly tattling the teacher because he can't handle Trump merely interrupting, was a kind of comedy we haven't seen since every late-night show degenerated into the Fox News rebuttal hour.
Businesses, the ability to have the money to be able to reopen with the PPE as well as with the sanitation they need. You have to provide them
Nancy
plastic.
Pelosi.
Well, he's just shush for a minute. Oh.
And I want to keep it open. And we did a great thing by shutting it down. Wait a minute, Joe. Let me shut you down for a second, Joe, just for 1 second.
But debates decide dick. And surprise, surprise, the only thing decided here was that for sheer objectivity, Chris Wallace makes Angel Hernandez look like umpire of the goddamn century. But frankly, it wouldn't have fucking mattered if he sliced this one clean down Broadway on the subatomic level, because this debate didn't need an impartial arbiter of discourse. It needed Judge fucking Dredd between Biden wanting, nay, needing to overcompensate to prove he isn't held together with egg whites, voodoo spells, and spit, and Trump realizing early on his opponent and moderator were reading from the same fucking script, and thus needing to interject at regular intervals to ensure the charade didn't play to completion. What emerged was an interruption so intense a debate nearly broke out. While I do think I was ratified in my assertion that the right were overthinking all the ways this one could conceivably go wrong, like the smooth brain claim that it would look like he was beating up on an old man, that lasted about 5 seconds before Biden started in with all the name-calling and fist-pumping to prove he's not half goddamn dead.
You agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan.
Folks,
absolutely
folks,
agreed
do you have any idea what this bomb's doing? Do you have any idea?
One worry I did share, however, was that the bar seemingly was set appallingly low for Palooka Joe, to the extent that to vast quarters of American media, the mere act of ascending the stage, stating his full Christian name, and not leaving with a bag of fertilizer in his fucking pants would prove he withstood the test somehow. And between prefab stories asserting Biden's victory to a media that may as well call themselves the Democratic Party press corps trumpeting said victory as well, it seems safe to say there was at least some validity to that concern. Although there were a fair few indications Trump bent Biden over the divan and donged him with ruthless penile protraction, such as the Trump meltdown hashtag that you often see when the president positively pulverizes anyone at all. Understand this, if Trump hadn't gone in like the fucking A-team, the bloody murder headlines the next day would have instead been crowing about how he appeared pensive and weak. This would likely have then been followed by bullshit speculation about his mental and physical health, even as the Democratic candidate craters into dust before our watching eyes. Instead, he savaged his opponent and arguably interrupted way too fucking much in the process, and as such, cue the Trump meltdown narrative. To call it a rigged game is an insult to fucking carnies. At least at a carnival, between being screwed out of the ball game by milk bottles filled with fucking lead, you still occasionally win a teddy bear. One fact that was emphatically established, however, is that Joe Biden, for all his chest beating about being primed and puckered to square off assertively with Winnie the Pooh, the Pinko Pox, and his subordinates in Antifa, couldn't even pass the first test of dealing with an interruption without supplicating the fucking moderator to fight his fucking battles for him. If it was leadership Biden was attempting to project here, he must have forgotten and projected absolutely everything else instead. Fuck stopping the buck here, Harry Truman style. Biden may as well have installed a fucking crosswalk for that shit. 1 minute indulging in Emperor Palpatinian, deeply fucking Freudian pronouncements that I am the Democratic Party, and the next arguing he's wholly absolved of the Democratic Party's latter-day failings and conduct because, quote, I wasn't in office, man. He can sob about the fusillade of fucking interruptions all he likes. If it's a leadership test he was taking, crying to the moderator and saying Antifa is an idea earns him an F and a see me after fucking class. And hey, You heard of those Proud Boys cats? I'm not sure I did after, the 40,000th false assertion of their white supremacy. Did you? Really, dipshits? The Proud Boys, white supremacists. While Antifa are committing outright murder and arson, the Proud Boys are a Gavin McInnes conservatarian hookers and blow party with a half-black fucking chairman, for fuck's sake. What in nine hells are you huffing here, CNN? It's the 4chan P-tape hoax all over again. How are you still fucking falling for it 4 years later? If this utterly asinine allegation had been uttered by anyone other than the dude they were desperate to elect, you'd laugh him off the fucking planet, and don't you goddamn deny it. So who wins? Did I stutter the first time? Fucking no one. Trump did what he needed to, and by merely not disintegrating, so the fuck did Biden. We call that a crisis of expectations. But enough of this bullshit about Trump meltdowns. As evidenced by Biden's complete implosion when confronted about the $3.5 million Moscow paid out to his fucking son, interrupting was about the only way to get Biden and his softball pitcher Chris Wallace off their obvious fucking script. Can't blame Trump for noticing that fact immediately and exploiting it. And as for being infantile, I know for a fact Trump didn't behave like a child, because Biden didn't sniff him. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed.